Portions of the following program may have been pre-recorded.
The following program's views, claims, or ideas may not reflect those of WSRR Radio or StylesRebelRadio.com.
In the Steel City, where the rivers align, Lucas and Dom crossing the battle line. Weekday mornings, it's a sportscast scene behind enemy lines in the heart of the dream. Every play discussed, every game analyzed. Cleveland's pride seen through Pittsburgh eyes. Behind enemy lines, where the passion ignites. Cleveland and Pittsburgh battling in sights. Lucas and Dom rise with the sun. Every morning at 10, let the games be fun. Tune into the waves, feel the thrill unfold. Behind enemy lines, stories to be told.
This is WSRR Radio, the only station where you can get behind enemy lines, your Cleveland sports talk show from Pittsburgh. I'm Lucas Durazio, joined as always by Dom Farrow on a beautiful Friday morning, October 10th, here on your drive to survive, your Friday morning.
Football weather's back.
That's right, baby. It's time to throw on a hoodie, an oversized quarter zip, possibly.
It was here for like 5 days last month, and then it got hot as heck again, but it's back again today.
Yeah, get the
It's got me
fleece
feeling
out.
right.
It's time to get the fleeces out, you know.
That's
Get
right.
some warm stuff on. As Joe Flacco heading south from the northern end of Ohio to the southern end, being
Really?
traded to the Cincinnati Bengals
You
this
think
week.
south?
Huh?
You think south? That's the first thing? I think like
Well,
west.
he's going south of Cleveland. What are you talking about?
I mean,
tripping?
I guess it's south a little bit, but isn't it more west than south?
It's at the bottom of the state. It's in Kentucky.
Dude, it's more west than south, right?
No, it's
You
at the
would say he's
bottom
going
of the
west. He's headed west, or you're saying he's going south?
He's headed south. He's going to Cincinnati. It's
I'm
at the
not
bottom. It's at the bottom of the state. It's on the Ohio River.
Gotcha. I'm not an Ohio guy
You
or a geography guy.
Yinzers don't know their geography at all because a lot of times people, I'll
It's
say
all
I'm
about
from
east or west.
I'll say I'm from Cleveland. They'll be like, "Oh, you're from down there." I'm like, "Down? Cleveland is far north of Pittsburgh."
I think people just say down there for everything.
Well, someone called me.
Pittsburgh.
Someone once said
Down
that I
there.
was from the South because I was from Cleveland. So
Well, that's just absurd.
yeah, very absurd. Not even Cleveland's not even the south of the state. It's as north as you can get, basically. Maybe Toledo's a little more north on the longitude and latitudes.
Would you say Flacco's going more Midwest?
Ohio, all of Ohio's
Yeah,
Midwest.
but he's going even more. He's going deeper into the Midwest.
Getting into Kentucky.
Getting into the South now.
Yeah, is like that's
Nah.
the thing. Like Kentucky is Midwest, obviously, right? But, like,
Midwest, South,
it's
Appalachian.
like country. Yeah,
So
the
it's kind of like
Appalachians.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
In that way.
So you're getting into the hills. You're getting into the hills of Kentucky and West Virginia. Anyways, we're shipping off Joe Flacco and a
Gone.
6th-round pick for a 5th-rounder in Cleveland, which moves Dylan Gabriel up to 100% the starter in the upcoming games. But what it really does is just amplifies the Shador talks in Cleveland. He's now officially QB2. And the fact that ESPN thought they had to give me an update, give me a push notification on my phone where they were like, the Browns officially named Shador Sanders QB2. It's like, yeah, no shit. Who else would be QB2?
They're putting Deshaun ahead of him.
Yeah, he's just not even, can't even walk. They're putting him ahead of him.
Well,
He's going to play in the boot.
I mean, the door's open now, which is big for Shador.
It
Anything
is.
can happen. Dylan Gabriel isn't a big guy by any means. There's a very strong.
I mean, he's
chance
one
he's
hit
starting.
away from playing in the NFL
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
Cleveland Browns and being their starting quarterback for a couple weeks.
People wrote him off. They said he was like never going to play at all. He was the 4th quarterback at one point. You'll forget Kenny Pickett got traded. Joe
That's right.
Flacco got traded. Now, anything can happen. I think people are going to see Shador Sanders starting in the NFL sooner than they think.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's
the
gonna be a
Browns,
spectacle too. People are going to be tuning in.
the Browns have 2 more wins on their schedule than the Jets and the Titans, probably, if that even. So it's not like they're going to be playing it for anything very soon. which again is just so sad because the defense once again puts in a spectacular performance in London against the Vikings. But this team's just not good, and I think that Gabriel gave me a little bit of hope to where I think they can kind of get frisky here. If he settles in more and more and maybe they push the ball down the field a little bit more, that's still something I'm not seeing at all from this offense, from Stefanski. But like Dylan Gabriel, for having his first NFL start against a Brian Flores-led defense in London, with a team that is kind of, scrambling here, to throw the ball over 30 times, for your head coach to ask you to throw the ball over 30 times and throw 2 touchdowns, take care of the football, not really make any negative plays. Like it was encouraging seeing Dylan Gabriel. That would be my one word for his first start.
There aren't really many quarterbacks who could go into that situation and come out there with a win. So for the Browns to even be in the situation they were, where they could have easily won that game, pretty impressive, and it's definitely not on Gabriel.
I mean, at the end of the day, they let Carson Wentz beat them. So I mean, it's not a moral victory in any way, really, because I think that is a game they should have and could have won, especially with the amount of turnovers that they got. There's just a couple more drops. Judy has been so bad this year. He's been terrible.
He's never been very good.
Yeah, but last year he had a flash and over 1,000 yards in his best.
He had a special connection with Jameis.
He did.
I called that before the season too. That guy, Judy's just never going to be that guy in the NFL.
No, and I never thought he was going to be, but I just thought that he would at least be reliable. That was the biggest thing for me last year. Like, not only did he have some big plays and bust some long runs, but the biggest thing for me was just that when they threw him the ball on 3rd and 4th down, like, he was reliable to catch the ball. That's totally gone. He has no ability to catch the ball this year, it seems like. There's no hard catch ability.
Yeah.
We've seen the ball bounce off his hands into defenders' hands. It's been sad to see, unfortunately. But again, if you want to go towards the moral victory route for this game, the Browns losing to the Vikings in London, the rookies, again, are just really contributing. Fannin looked good again, got his first touchdown. Judkins now fully looks like RB1, and like everyone's loving him. Even in like fantasy conversations, people are saying that he's a top 15 fantasy running back right now, which is
maybe higher than that.
Yeah, man, I was going to say, I was kind of just being generous with 15. I wanted to be cautious there. And
I got him in one of my leagues late because, I mean, all the things that were happening, people weren't sure if he was even going to play. And I think that's going to be my keeper next year, the way that he's looking.
Yeah, I blew it. I took Caleb Johnson in the first round just because Judkins may or may not have hit a lady.
You let the news get to your head.
Yeah, I let the leftist media get in my ear. And I was just too woke to take Judkins on my team. And now I'm paying for it because Caleb Johnson looks terrible.
Caleb Johnson might have like 6 carries this whole year.
Yeah, and a fumble into the end zone that resulted in a touchdown for the Seahawks.
Yeah. The Steelers,
oh my God. It's he's looked terrible. There was also Scattaboo on the board. I could have taken Cam Scattaboo.
Yeah, but that would have been a reach.
Yeah. And I think that we'll see how long he can really do what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm still not 100%
out.
sold. He's fun to watch.
He is.
But like, is he true like an RB1 guy? I don't know if that'll ever
Probably
be
not.
The case.
Probably not. Tyrone Tracy's out right now too, so he's
should be back.
He's getting the majority of the carries. But on the defensive side too, Schlesinger looked good. Mason Graham once again looked good. Isaiah Bond looked all right. There was a little bit of a fall off from last week to this week.
He's figuring it out.
But he is figuring it out. And again, he is behind the rest of the offense because he wasn't there in OTAs and minicamp and all that, signed late to come on to the Browns. But again, it's somewhat encouraging. The unencouraging part is looking at the schedule. Like, they're not going to get another win until they play the Jets and Titans. Like I said, they're going to end up as a 3-win team.
This week against the Steelers could be interesting.
I think
could be really interesting.
It could be, but I just don't see any way they win the game. In Pittsburgh, I don't see any way.
I
shouldn't say that, actually. It's a divisional matchup. You never know what happens. But I think it's not likely.
I like the Steelers' chances, but I think I give the Browns better odds than you do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you've been on the Browns train all year. You said they were going to win over 5.5 games.
Yeah,
freak.
it's not looking like that. That might have been reached. Maybe 4.5.
Who were the other teams that were their line for the year was 5.5? I know we took one of them
Panthers,
over.
The Falcons, I think, maybe.
No, the Falcons were in like that 7 range.
There are a lot of really bad teams.
There were a lot of really bad teams. Another really bad team from
Still
last year, at least, that Dom says that he called it, that they're coming back, even though he's been
I
the
did
biggest
call
Trevor
that.
Lawrence hater on
That's
this
also
show.
true. Both of those
But
things are true.
that's right. They can be equally
right.
true at the same time.
That's right.
He says the Jaguars are back, and he called it. And if you do
Run the tapes.
if you run back the tapes, I do believe that you did say that. You said that Cohen was the man.
I didn't have a good reason. I remember that.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like, I
kind of
don't know
just
why.
like, I like that he said Duval. That was pretty much true.
No, it was like a lot of people are writing this guy off, but I really think that he's just going to turn this thing around, and he did. They're 4-1. They beat the Chiefs. They're looking really good, and it seems like he's the key.
Yeah, that was really your whole argument. Was you were like, yeah, it was kind of cringy that he
Don't
said
sleep on him,
Duval,
though.
but like, I like it.
I never liked it. I
You were
didn't love
like,
it.
yeah, I think I said I liked it. I was like, you know what? It just shows that he's a maniac, and I think he
Yeah,
can get it. He
he's
can
a
get it
freak.
done, and he has been. And they beat the Chiefs on Monday night. Chiefs are not looking like the team of yore, of the Eldon days, or days.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say,
Something
but
like that.
they're spinning their wheels a little bit. It's interesting to see the teams that are doing that this year, where it's them, the Ravens, who I still think will get it back on track.
Yeah,
Uh,
they were still favorites to win the AFC North.
The Ravens are.
I don't know if after this past week, but they were, even when they were still 1-3, maybe 1-4 as well.
Cooper Rush looks terrible.
He's no good.
The
They're in
Texans-
trouble.
The
Until Lamar
Texans
gets
just
back.
whacked them.
Yeah, and the Texans have been horrible.
Yeah,
So-
Texans have not been good at all this year, and
Yeah, I thought the Ravens would win that game even with Cooper Rush, but
yep, I put them in a parlay. Actually, not because I thought they would win with Cooper Rush, but because I forgot that Lamar Jackson wasn't playing. I put that in like while I was golfing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Ravens are plus 150. I'll take that all
Yeah.
day.
I definitely had them in a parlay or two. Seemed like a lock.
I kind of was just on the train that everyone is like jumping on them, and this is their year from hell. They're 1-3, and they got no shot. They fell off a cliff this year.
Yeah,
But I was like,
think
nah, they'll get it back on track, which I still think they will when
Yeah.
Lamar comes back. I still think they're going to be like a 9-10 win team, but
Wow,
obviously
they'd
things
have to
haven't.
rattle off a lot of wins. But I was also looking at their schedule. I do think it's very possible.
Yeah,
There's really only like 2-3 more games on their schedule. I think they'd lose. I think they'll maybe win 9 or 10 games.
do you think they sweep the Steelers? What's your thought on the Steelers?
It depends on
on
if
them
Lamar's
against the
playing.
Steelers,
but
because-
they've always bottled up Lamar too. So
That is true. But are the Steelers
I'd be happy
really?
with the split
Obviously, there's not a ton to talk about for you this week because
coming off the.
they're
bye.
coming off the bye week. But are the Steelers really good? Now, I think that they can easily win the division because the Browns stink. The Bengals have Burrow out for 3 months.
They could
Um,
win the AFC.
Ravens had a terrible
We ain't
start.
talking about the division. We're
The-
talking about the whole conference. That's what we're
Now
talking
you're
about
tripping.
right now. Because the Bills just went down against the Patriots. The Chiefs went down against the Jaguars. Look who's sitting right up there with the big dogs.
The Bills are still miles ahead of them.
The Bills are awesome. They're sick, but they didn't look good against the Patriots.
The
And that
Patriots
means
would've-
that the Steelers can beat them
The
too.
Patriots would have beat the Steelers though if they didn't have 5 turnovers. Like the ball bounces
That's
a couple.
exactly any given Sunday.
The ball bounces a couple different ways, and the Steelers are losing that game by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but they won the game, and that's all that matters.
Well, yeah, but you can't count on that. You can't count on getting 5 turnovers every game.
Yeah, I still think the Steelers find a way to win that game against that team a lot. And like I said, like these teams, there's no super team this year. There's no dominant team. You could say that. You could have said about the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs. Not really the Chiefs. Eagles and Bills before this week. Eagles go down against the Broncos. Now,
Which is funny
they're going
because
up against Chiefs are going up against the Lions.
That's
That'll
right.
be an interesting.
it's funny because last week I kind of said the Broncos going to be against the Eagles. I think the Eagles will win this, and I basically said the Broncos
I think
as
you
long
took
as
the Broncos spread though.
I think I did, but I said I just want them to look like they have a shot against a team like this.
Yeah,
I was like, they just need to be competitive. They don't even need to win. if they get a moral victory here where they're like, we're still right there with the best teams in the league, that'll be huge for them moving forward.
Yeah.
And they come out with a huge win in Philadelphia. Gotta give it off, hats off to Bo Nix, who might have found himself there in the fourth quarter. Not that they played amazingly on offense, but they found a way to do it. And Sean Payton went for 2 there late in the game to put him up, I believe it was. Really showed that he believed in these guys, that he was hyping up all off season, and everyone was hyping up. And you got to see what the hype in the off season was and where it was rooted in, I think, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is a big win. It shows that they're going to be competitive. They can still make the playoffs. It was a rough start to that season, but I don't know if I'll ever be sold on a Sean Payton team until he's done coaching, but it's a big win. Can't deny that at all. We were talking about the Ravens, how many games I think they're going to win. Right now, predictions think it's going to be about 9 wins.
Yeah.
9 wins. You can get like minus 110, over 8.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
That's not
Over
bad
9
odds
and-
at all.
Over 9.5 gets juicy. If you think they're going to win 10 games, that's when it gets really tasty.
Ooh, that's a little bit much for me.
What are some other teams that intrigue you right now that you think the perception may have changed either since the beginning of the season or
Well, the
throughout?
Colts, of course, because
Yeah.
everyone was writing off Daniel Jones, but he ain't right back.
That's
He
right.
went Geno on him, and he didn't write back. I would be interested to see what the Raiders numbers were at.
You can get the Colts are 10.5 wins. Now that again, this isn't like FanDuel draft. This is like the prediction markets. We talked about those in the past, but you can buy over 10.5 for 54 cents, or you can buy no contract for 47, which might be the play. Because I just don't see the Colts win 11 games.
Yeah, that'll
That's
be
a
tough.
lot.
That'd be tough. I think the Colts, though, are definitely one of those teams. I think the Patriots, it's interesting because after week 1, when they lose to the Raiders, it kind of went like, oh, man, we trusted this team, and now they lose to the Raiders and Geno Smith, and they looked really bad, and then they lose to the Steelers and have 5 turnovers. And then all of a sudden on Sunday night, they get it together against their divisional rivals, the Bills, and now it's like, okay, this was what we thought we were going to get at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Now they're settled into it a little bit more. You really got to see a Vrabel-coached team, I feel like, in this one, where they took care of the ball. They did the right things. They grinded out the clock at the end of the game. They had a drive to, seal it. And Drake May looked good, man.
Yeah, he does.
And
He looks
Stephon
really good.
Diggs, though. Stephon
Still
Diggs,
got
I
it.
think, was the story of the game.
Stephon's definitely still got it. A bit of a revenge game. I was
Yeah.
doubting on him for real. I bet the under on his lines in that game.
Oof.
He blew that out of the water. The guy was killing it in that one, unstoppable.
I didn't bet him prior to the game, but when he had 8 catches, I bet him for over 9.5 and over 117 yards,
Wow.
and both hit.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it? He finished with 10 catches?
Finished with 10 catches and like 140,
Wow.
134 yards, something like that.
That is crazy. That's a dominant performance. The type of performance you really don't see, like that you haven't seen from a receiver this season.
No, you
I
really
can't think of a
haven't.
receiver who's really like Puka. Not 10 catches.
Oh, Puka was balling
He
earlier
was.
in the year
He's
against,
still balling.
I forget who it was, the Colts game. He balled out
Way
against the
about,
Colts.
like 10 in that one.
He
But
was
outside
playing
of that, like Justin Jefferson is putting up
JSN.
those lines.
JSN and
kind of is.
JSN and Ibuka just going after each other
I saw
in
something
the,
interesting.
in the
Sorry, go
Seahawks and Buccaneers game.
Yeah.
Those two just lighting it
Back
up, the
and
Buckeye
forth.
receivers.
So, like, if you look at like the top receivers, like by receiving yards right now, it's just kind of interesting. Someone I saw it on Twitter, like the type of receivers who are successful now are a lot different, from, like how they were a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
There is no like these big body like Julio Jones, like those type of guys.
AJ Brown,
AJ Brown, that style isn't working.
DK Metcalf.
DK's been having a nice year, but like it's not like these guys like JSN, like Puka,
Uh-huh.
the
Olave.
Puka. Yeah, it's like I don't know how to describe it. Smaller, slimmer,
Smaller, but by no means small.
not small.
I think
Not
that
at all.
they're an interesting breed between like that Calvin Johnson build, and obviously no one's Calvin Johnson, but like between that and like Justin Jefferson, because Justin Jefferson's like very slim guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you see JSN and Ibuka and Olave a little bit, and like more of those guys like that. And Puka, like, they're very athletic, obviously, and like speedy, but they're not like small slot receiver guys. Like, they can still go up and get it and take a hit.
Yeah.
And like, they're just damn good football players, really, at the end of the day.
Amon-Ra, that's another one.
Yeah, another guy that like, these are like muscular guys who they're not. I
But
almost
like,
feel
you
like
look at them on the football field, they don't jump out at you. I don't think.
compared to other NFL players.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they're walking around there with.
If you see them in the
They're walking
grocery
out there with 6'8", 300 pounders.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But like, there were receivers in the past where you'd be like, oh my God, look at that specimen. And they were able to ball.
Traylon
Calvin
Burks.
Johnson
What about
is-
Traylon Burks?
Well,
He's a big.
that guy,
He's a big cat.
there are a lot of big guys who never panned out. Claypool. But I don't know. I just think receivers are changing. The build.
The game is it's moving towards speed, man.
It is.
It's moving towards speed,
about
and they're
speed.
all a lot smarter now. They run their routes a lot more savvy. They know how to get open. They know where to settle into zones. They know when to use their speed and when to use their quickness.
Now,
It's
the
an art
last
form.
big
It
dog-
truly.
The last big dog is Tet McMillan, though.
Tet is your boy. You're loving on Tet.
The last 6'5".
You're loving the volleyball player from Hawaii, and we're loving you guys listening to Behind Enemy Lines. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, this is Melissa,
And hey, it's Matt.
coming at you from Synergy Music Studio.
We are a recording and production studio located on the south side near Chicago.
Check us out online at synergymusicstudio.com. We offer recording, mixing, and mastering.
And follow us on Instagram at Synergy Music Studio. Rock hard.
What's the difference between the shirt you're currently wearing and the one that I am? Well, both do their job of concealing us from the outside world and social boundaries. But one little black swoosh makes yours cost nearly double. That red rectangle may not change how warm you are, but it certainly changes the price tag. The truth is, nobody cares about the details. Get to the point with GenericClothes.com. Have a laugh at the big brand clothing company's expense with shirts that simply say sports team, political statement, music band, and more. A shirt for any occasion and the perfect gift. GenericClothes.com.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines on WSR Radio. We are proudly brought to you by YourBuddiesGarage.com. Your Buddies Garage shows a selection of salvaged, used, and scrapped auto parts and accessories, perfect for a quick fix or a first stop before the shop. Before you pay like a pro, see what your buddies got at YourBuddiesGarage.com.
Nice. Good read.
It was a pretty good one. I
That
love
wasn't bad.
YourBuddiesGarage.com. Might be in the market for some of their stuff, actually.
Oh, yeah? You got some car parts that
Got
need to
some
be
damage.
replaced?
Got some damage on the left door, so it might be
Oof.
hitting them up at your buddy's garage.
What do you get? You get sideswiped?
It's been damaged. It's been there for a while, and now it's just getting rusted.
Yeah.
Ignored it for a while. I don't know. The whole car's. I don't know.
That sounds like more body work than Buddy's Garage type work.
I want to do it myself, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
I
you
want to get
don't.
the screws and the welding and all of it. I want it.
You're
all.
not a car guy.
I'm not at all.
You.
But I want to be. I wish I was.
You're not going to be taking the Mazda apart like that. Don't act like you are.
I wish I could.
Don't act like you're going to be
If
taking
it-
the
if it was
screwdriver
a-
to the Mazda.
If it was a domestic car, I might be able to. But them foreigns, that's different.
You be whipping that foreign. Don't say it like that. Yeah, my car's foreign. It's a
Whipping the foreign,
Mazda.
no big deal.
It's a Mazda. No big deal. I'll be whipping that foreign.
Straight from Japan.
Is that where they're from? I don't even
I think
know.
so. Japan or yeah, I think it's Japan. Actually,
Dom-
I'm almost 100% sure.
We had an interesting week 5 of the NFL. Let's run through our week 5 recap real quick. The 49ers beat the Rams on Thursday night.
Mac
I don't
Jones.
think anyone was expecting the Niners to win this game because they had so many guys out. And yet Mac Jones just pulled it together, man.
Yeah,
Tonjes. I love Tonjes, the tight end. Tongues.
yeah,
He's the man.
yeah. I was pretty close to winning a lot of money off that game, but unfortunately, only Tunges was one of the only ones who held up his part of the bargain.
Tongues.
Tongues just did not do it. But did you hear about this? Mac Jones saw a dead body on his way to this game.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
Is that why he looked like he was in war when he
He
was
looked
in the
like
post-game
Two-Face.
press conference?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
He walked out. He looked like he had shell shock. He was like, all right, I'm ready for
And
questions.
he had the half black, half red suit on, like he
Yeah.
was Two-Face from Batman.
He saw, wait, what? What is the story?
Apparently, he saw a dead body as he was walking to the game. He
Where?
reported it.
Why was he, first off, why was he walking to the game?
That's a great question.
He's just walking up to the stadium, strolling up in that Two-Face suit?
Yeah, I think so. And then he saw it, and then he balled out. Who was their number one receiver?
Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne.
KB was looking like he was.
I
Justin
picked him up in
Jefferson.
fantasy.
Really?
I'm ready for him.
You're ready for that performance.
Hell yeah. I almost picked him up before that game. I was like, oh, Kendrick Bourne. He could play nice tonight.
Yeah, a lot
And
of
then I
guys
didn't.
are out. No Pearsall, no Jennings. That 49ers team was pretty depleted.
No Kittle.
No Kittle as well, of course. You got
McCaffrey's
Tongues
looking great,
in.
though, man.
Yeah,
McCaffrey's looking good. He's about the only bright spot on my fantasy
Question
team.
is, do you let Mac Jones roll?
Him and
He's
JSN are the only ones on my. Well,
He's hot, but
He's
you
like-
like Brock so much.
he's like kind of hurt too, and he's still balling. Mac Jones,
yeah, but not as hurt
He's got
as
the
Brock,
knee
I
injury.
guess.
Adrian Martinez. I was so ready to see Adrian Martinez, UFL legend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mini ball.
Kansas State alum.
Really?
Oh yeah, you know I love
Go
my
Cats.
Wildcats. Go Cats.
baby.
Emaw, every man a Wildcat.
Is that
Like
right?
that, that's
So
what they say. That's what they say in I don't know where they play. Kansas. The Little Apple.
Manhattan, right?
Yeah, that's what it's called, right? Manhattan, Kansas, the Little Apple. Anyways, the 49ers pulling out an improbable 3-point win against the Rams. The Vikings beating the Browns in London, which we talked about already. The Cowboys beating the Jets 37-22. The Jets, I
think
only team that don't have a win yet in the league.
tough.
So it's hard to say they're not the worst team in the league, but yet I still think they'd beat the Browns and I still think they'd beat the Saints.
Well, they looked awesome against the Steelers in week
Yeah,
1. It
that's
was like
the
the
thing.
greatest game ever played. I don't know. Justin Fields, the stats on paper look good, but when you actually watch him play, it's not good. And I don't know if it's the team around him, but overall the Jets are a dumpster fire. And unfortunately, I don't think the Cowboys are much better, but they found a way to really find their way with them.
I don't know how the Cowboys, at some point, the line had them as the underdog. The Cowboys were the underdogs at home against the Jets, who, again, are the only team without a win now. And, like, the Cowboys haven't looked that bad, though. They tied with the Packers. Like, Dak's
Defense
looking.
looked awful.
Dak has looked
Dak has
like
looked good.
Dak has looked like a top-tier quarterback once
Yeah.
again. Pickens has looked really good. His career is revitalized now, especially it helps that CD's out.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
He's sick to watch.
he's looking great. Does it make you sick to watch him on another team or no?
No, because I think DK Metcalf is doing much better with the
But
Steelers.
you had both of them at some point.
It would have been fun. Would have been cool. But Pickens, it just wouldn't have worked.
How many weeks until they would have fought?
Oh, give it it would have happened by now.
Yeah,
It would
you
have happened,
think?
before they went to Dublin.
I feel like we talked about that a little bit in the preseason
Offseason.
of this show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giants losing in New Orleans to the Saints, giving the Saints their first win. This was not one I expected.
That
I was like,
surprising.
Giants, I'll take the money line on that all day. I put the Scat Pack touchdown, anytime touchdown
We
in.
gotta do that again as well.
He fumbled,
'Cause I think only one
blamed
of
his
ours hit,
gloves
right?
after. I don't think any of them hit.
None of them.
Did Trey McBride score?
I don't know. That'd be bad if we went.
Trey McBride, Lad McConkey, Scat Pack, and Woody Marks all did
I
not
know,
score.
Yeah, I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Wait,
so-
Ladd scored.
Did he?
I think Ladd scored. I'm
I was
pretty
already
sure.
not watching.
You were all. Over
I was
that
checked out. I was checked
one. You
out.
were over that bet though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was. that was
Saw
that was
one from a mile
that was
away.
the one I hit. I was like, Laddie's due.
I mean, there's just so many losses on my. I need to stop.
I do think that this kind of brings the Giants back down to earth because
Ladd was the other one who scored.
after last week, everyone was like, "Oh man, Jackson Dart is the man. He's awesome." And I was like, "Was he really that good?" Like, I didn't even watch the game, but I was like, I don't think there's any way that he was like all that good. Colts beat the Raiders 40-6, which they should. They really took it to them. Panthers beating the Dolphins in just like the ugly game that I don't think anyone really watched. If this wasn't the 4:30 game, one of the 4:30 games, no one would have had it on their TV.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game from what I was watching. Dolphins are really. having a rough season, but I do think Mike McDaniels, wherever he goes, will be pretty good offense coordinator because I don't think he makes it after the season there.
So you don't? Do you think he makes it through this season?
Yeah, I think so. At this point, what's the point in changing things now?
Yeah,
It's not going to do it.
and I think it's tough for him with losing Tyreek.
Yeah,
This team's just not very
it's in
good.
shambles.
And yeah, the Panthers aren't very good either. Bryce Young, once again, finding a way to look good when everyone's like, all right, he's done.
Finds Tet. He got his guy. He needs to keep working. Leggett looked good. I believe he had a touchdown in this game. Panthers are they're never going to be good. But they're getting better.
Bryce Young's probably not the answer.
Definitely not. But they're going to keep him for way too long. And I could see him having like a Daniel Jones type career where they keep him way too long. But then wherever he goes, he's solid.
He's going to ball.
Yeah. Maybe not quite as much as Daniel Jones, where they're predicting they're going to win 11 games over there in Indianapolis. But I could see him definitely doing much better in a different situation, like a lot of Carolina quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, the list goes on.
Any
That
others?
might be the whole list, though.
I was going to say. That's it.
That's a pretty...
Jake Delhomme played better in Carolina than anywhere else. We should ask Style about this, our known Panthers fan.
That's right.
He's probably got
the
some
jersey.
He's probably got some QBs that he could rattle off.
That's right.
He's got that Julius Peppers jersey. You know
That's
it.
fine.
He'd be rocking that shit. The Broncos coming back from down 17-3 to beat the undefeated at the time Eagles. Give them their first loss. And like the Eagles, I think the Eagles are so good that people are like still finding ways to be like worried about them. Like, yeah, obviously this didn't look good. They were up 17-3. Hurts didn't look amazing, but like I think they just have all the talent there, and like it's a long season. They weren't going to go 17-0. Like It's just so hard to do that. It's kind of like their first loss was going to happen sometime. I'm not super concerned about the Eagles after this loss.
They're bound to drop one. Like you said, they got the pieces in place. Still a great team overall. They just met a good team with a great defense.
Yeah, the Broncos
Tough
defense
matchup for the
finally
Eagles.
came alive. I feel like this was the defense, again, that everyone was talking about coming into this season that they were expecting to see. But the Eagles, like I feel like people just make up storylines about them, like, which obviously they are storylines, but they're like, oh, their receivers stink. Like, it's like, no, they're not that bad. Or they're like, oh, they're not getting them involved enough. Or Saquon's not doing enough. It's like, it's a long season. Like, they have their sights are not set on beating the Broncos in week 5. They're on winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
I'm just not concerned about them yet.
It's becoming a slight concern with A.J. Brown having like 10 catches on the year. That's becoming a problem.
Yeah, I traded him away at the right time.
Yeah, that's
fantasy.
a good sell. He's been
Huge,
useless for me.
Huge sell. Texans beat the dog shit out of the Ravens 44-10 in Baltimore. Cooper Rush really let me down. Titans come behind, unexpected victory against the Cardinals in Arizona. Emari DeMercado busts off like a 40-plus yard touchdown run and drops the ball.
Yeah.
Pulls a Russ Holiday and drops the ball into the end zone. And they lose that game. Then Cam Ward throws an interception that the guy fumbles. It gets batted around. People are kicking it. There's butter on the ball, and Tyler Lockett falls on it in the end zone, gets his first touchdown of the year. Awesome.
Interesting.
Amazing way for them to win.
Yeah. Cam Ward looked decent, but again, not a really good team overall. It's a pretty mid matchup.
Yeah. Again, this is another one that, like, if it weren't for it being the 4:30 game, like, no one would have had it on, because the 3 of the 4 4:30 games were terrible. It was was it 3? How many were there? 3 of the 4, yes. The Titans and Cardinals, like, going into that matchup, it looks terrible. The Lions and Bengals, it's like, all right, Lions are going to beat the shit out of them. Browning looks terrible. Yeah, exactly. At the beginning of the season, it would have looked like a good one. Commanders and Chargers, I think that kind of should have been a better matchup, and the Commanders beat them 27-10.
Yeah, that one was interesting.
Jaden Daniels comes back.
He's back. He's looking good. That team just overall is really well coached. Dan Quinn's got that squad in the right positions, but Chargers falling off a bit. Omari and Hampton going on the injured reserve. That's going to hurt them a lot. We've lost Najee Harris. Now Omari and Hampton for at least the next 4 weeks. They might be in trouble.
Sounds like they need a running back. I think I know a guy.
Yeah, let's
Call me
go.
up.
Call him up.
Call me up. Who needs a big white bruiser?
They're calling up guys like Hassan, or they're gonna be playing Hassan Haskins and like Monty Vidal, guys like never heard of.
Jesus.
So hit the waiver wire, folks.
That's fun. That's fun.
Chargers in a bad spot. But Commanders, they're rolling.
Yeah.
Like through all the adversity, they're finding ways to stack wins. They're gonna be a playoff team for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Bill
Krosky.
McCroskey Merritt.
I believe that was his first tud this week.
Yep.
Big tud.
Didn't he have one week 1?
Maybe.
I think he did.
It felt like a fall.
But he was the
though.
Tom Brady LFG player of the week, which is the stupidest shit ever.
I've
You ever
never
seen
heard
that? Fox every year or every week that Tom Brady does a game, he gives an award called the LFG player of the week.
Hate that.
So stupid.
Hate that.
So stupid. They're just really overusing Brady, who again is still.
How long does it last?
In
Because
my
you know he's
opinion,
not
that
like
good.
he's not a John Madden type of guy where he's going to do this until he's 80 years old. How long does this last? 10
I think-
years?
I mean,
Does it
even
last 10.
even with the Raiders owner thing, like he already is proving that like this isn't really what he wants to do.
joke.
Like he wants to be competitive and like still find a way to win. You can't really do that being a commentator. I don't think he's going to do it for much longer.
Might not
to be
even be
honest.
5 years.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I feel like it'll be a short run, and I'll be glad when he's out of it because, like, I don't love Tom Brady personally, but like I respect him. Obviously, he's the best football player of all time, but like he's just not that good at it. I'm sorry, I just don't want to listen to him.
Well, it makes sense why he hasn't gone off after like the acting thing more, because these commentators, they're performers. You can say whatever you want, but they're performers. He's just not a good performer. He can perform on the field, he's a great athlete, but he can be an actor. I don't think the commentating thing's gonna last very long.
No, I would have to agree. But the one thing that saved the 4:30 slate was the Buccaneers and Seahawks, a shootout, 38-35, where Sam Darnold looked like a Pro Bowl quarterback the entire game until that last drive where he throws a pick. It got batted at the line, but Levante David coming up with the big pick. The Buccaneers winning another one-score game. I think that's 4 games now. 4 of their 5 games have been one-score game-winning drives where they win, and I think Baker Mayfield should be in the MVP running right now. Like he's
Gotta be. I don't know what the numbers are like, but the way he's playing, the way this team's been finding ways to win, a lot of on his back.
yeah,
It's been really big.
yeah. He's just.
The numbers don't say it all, but they might be great. I have no clue.
I think they're pretty good. I don't think
it.
they're bad at all. I mean,
A lot of these receivers on that team getting tuds.
yeah, exactly. I was
Ibuka's
going to
probably
say
gonna
everyone's getting their touches.
Rookie
They
of
did
the
it
year.
without Bucky Irving. You said it. Ibuka is about to be the rookie of the year. This was an awesome game. I told you in the break that I won some money off of it because I knew this one was going to be a shootout. I bet over for JSN yards, Emeka Ibuka yards, Kenneth Walker yards, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield yards, and all of it hit. Nice little. So I don't even remember how many legs it was, but plus 700 bet. You got to love that.
Nice.
You got to love that. But the Buccaneers are fully in Super Bowl contender range.
They are. They got to be. I said that before the season too. I called that one as well. I said Buccaneers over was the lock. I said this Buccaneers team is nice. People were doubting them just because like they reshifted a little bit, but the core was there. And Baker Mayfield, you could never count him out. So Buccaneers still rolling on. They got to be up there as far as Super Bowl contenders. Definitely as far as NFC favorites. I put them right up there with the Eagles and the Lions.
Yeah, and I think it's
Put them
funny.
above the Packers, to be honest.
I would definitely. I think it's funny that like when they drafted Ibuka, like people were like, "What are they doing?" Like they have good receivers, like, and I feel like some of the talk out of Tampa Bay was like they weren't even really planning on taking him, but he's so good that like they were like he's like he fell to us, like we have to take him because he's just that good. And I feel like that's exactly how it's coming off right now, where it's like, yeah, we do have good receivers, and Mike Evans is still, Mike Evans obviously, and Godwin's good, and Tez Johnson's maybe even getting in there a little bit, but like he's a rookie, of course, but they're like he's just a generational receiver, and we're already seeing it 5 weeks into his rookie year. He's awesome.
It was a great pick.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
It was a great
great pick overall for the Buccaneers.
That's one you could run the tape back on me before the draft.
did
I was
say
like,
that.
why aren't people talking about him more?
You were high on him.
I was very high on him. He's the all-time leader in Ohio State yards.
I think people started to get down on the Ohio State receivers. They said, yeah, they can do it in college, but mean, what have they done in the NFL?
What are you talking about? Like Olave and Garrett Wilson aren't awesome, and
What are
Marvin
they doing
Harrison
this
Jr.
year?
is having a really good second year.
No,
Well, yeah, Olave's playing with Rattler.
These guys all stink this year. As far as like their
Olave's playing with Rattler. Garrett Wilson's playing with Justin Fields. Marvin Harrison Jr. is actually having a really good year. If you watch the games, like some of the catches that he's making,
but these
are
guys
the catches that they were expecting him to make in college.
Yeah, these guys coming out were supposed to be like the greatest in the league. They're not. They're not. None of those guys are top 10.
JSN is leading the league in yards.
JSN might be.
Yeah.
JSN's special though.
Abuke is awesome.
He is. But I'm saying I think people started to.
These are still all wide receiver ones though on multiple different teams.
Well, he should be when
Terry
you get
McLaurin
drafted in
still.
the first round.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Garrett Wilson, Olave,
But you don't see
and
it.
Harrison Jr. disappointing.
I don't think you're giving them enough credit for the situations that they're in. Like Olave has been on the Saints, the worst franchise in the league the last couple of years.
Yeah, if he could have stayed healthy, I think he would have been.
Yeah, and that
really
too.
good.
He's getting his bell rung because he's catching hospital
Constantly.
passes. Poor guy. I feel bad for him. I wouldn't talk bad about Olave.
I liked him. I liked him a lot. But last year he screwed me in fantasy, so
I shipped him off too. I had him as a rookie.
Awful.
I shipped him
Really?
off for JSN.
Wow, what a
And a lot of people didn't. A lot of people thought I lost that trade too.
I mean, the JSN.
I think I sent Olave and a second rounder for JSN and a first. I
What a
think
steal.
I might have fleeced
Might have to
Louis.
go look back at that.
I think I might have fleeced my friend Louis.
Go send that to him.
I think I will. I'm going to go take a screenshot of that on Sleeper right now. Rest of this week 5 slate, Patriots beating the Bills, which we talked about. Jaguars beating the Chiefs, which we talked about. Dom, we've got just over 30 seconds before our next break. Talk to me about the Chiefs. What are you liking about them? Or excuse me, the Jaguars.
Jaguars, what am I liking about him? Mostly Trevor Lawrence's development, and of course Cohen. Dude, oh, you gotta love that. People said it was corny. It isn't. He's got that locker room fired up. It just shows what replacing a coach can do to change the culture
Yeah.
in a locker room. He's doing it right there. But Trevor Lawrence shouldn't have scored on that game-winning touchdown.
He shouldn't have?
No, he's falling and fumbling and looking like a fish all over the place.
Yeah, he was moving like how I try to run in my dreams. It was crazy.
Yeah. He found a way.
And this is the show of your dreams right here behind Enemy Lines. Stick with us through the final break right here on WSRR Radio.
If LimeWire taught us anything, your digital music is free and open to piracy, and even manipulation when it comes to digital distribution. So why settle for a bunch of ones and zeros floating around on the internet? Make your release something special with Hellbender Vinyl. Hellbender is one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants and works with local artists to get their next release pressed exactly to their liking. So check out Pittsburgh's first and only custom vinyl pressing plant today by visiting hellbendervinyl.com to get started. And don't forget, all customers at Hellbender Vinyl get 5 free test presses at no additional charge. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
Christmas is right around the corner. It's getting colder and colder outside, which means we're in the season where you're going to start losing money. No, not just on the toys and gifts you're going to buy this holiday season, but on your heating bills. Yes, your old drafty windows and doors can cost you anywhere between $100 and $600 a year, and that's why you got to give J.D. Miller a call. If you're in Northern Ohio, Clearview Windows has been in the window game for 30 plus years and is a small local business that takes pride in their craftsmanship and their work. Call 330-521-0965 and see for yourself how Clearview Windows can install quality, cost-effective, reliable, and energy-efficient windows in your home today. Once again, that's Clearview Windows at 330-521-0965. Clearview Windows, where quality is more than just words on a sign.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio. Our final segment is brought to you by GenericClothes.com. Nobody cares about the details. Get to the point at GenericClothes.com. Don't sell out to big brand clothing empires and their prices. Make a statement at their expense. with whoa, pretzel got caught in my throat. Dom, finish it.
Pub mix. GenericClothes.com. What is the difference between a shirt you're currently
No, I just
wearing?
wanted the website. You didn't have to do the whole
Of
thing.
course, GenericClothes.com. You got to get your best there.
Jesus, sorry, the pretzel tried to take me out.
Pub mix did them dirty.
It's our final segment going into week 6 of the NFL season, and we have our parlay of the week. Last week, like I said,
We did touchdown scores
we
last
did a
week.
touchdown score, and I don't think a single one hit except for maybe Ladd. I don't even know
Ladd
if it did. I didn't
It
even
did.
look.
It did hit. But
I
this
didn't
week
even look.
we're switching it up.
This week we're going with some different money lines
Spread,
instead.
some money
spreads.
lines. We'll mix and match.
We're looking at all the lines on these games. I'm thinking of a Sunday morning parlay, but of course it starts tomorrow on Thursday, so this will already actually. I shouldn't even throw the Thursday one in. This will
Yeah.
come out after.
Just
whatever.
know it was a lock, though.
I mean, you guys should.
We're adding it for a little extra juice, but you
but
won't be able to get
You'll be
that.
out on this. I'm adding the Eagles money line to it. They're minus 410 over the Giants.
Gotta
it's not
get
going to
that
add
little
a
sweetener.
ton, but you know,
Sweetens it.
just a touch of sweetener.
One
What?
less leg for the folks at home.
Yeah, one less one for them.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah, it
add
makes it
another one.
easier.
I'll throw that.
No, I'm
Rams
saying it
one
makes
in.
it easier for them.
Yeah, okay, sure, whatever.
I'm not trying to sell them a lottery ticket here.
Starts
We're
off
getting
on
locks.
Sunday morning with
Get your cup of tea.
your game in London with your tea. Have a crumpet with it. We're taking Broncos money line. They're minus 395 over the Jets. I think that's
Lock.
a
Lock.
lock. Their spread is 7.5, which tempts me, but once
That's
you
a
get into
lot.
touchdown range, it's a bit much for me.
Yeah,
Especially
too
when you're
much.
in London too. Weird things happen over there.
Only
Weird things
freaks
happen
touch
across
that.
the pond.
Only
Yeah,
freaks touch anything over 6.5.
I wouldn't touch it. Next, we're going to Carolina, where the Cowboys are in Carolina. I'm taking their minus 3 spread.
Yep.
Now,
Cowboys minus
the
3.
Cowboys
Yeah.
minus 3. I said it to you in the break. Beware of the Rico Dowdle revenge game.
I ain't
Because
feeling that one.
Dowdle looked good against
He
the
did.
Dolphins.
They let him run the ball like 30 times, but he looked good. But Chuba will be back in the mix again.
They were feeding that man.
They were feeding the fella. Rika Dowdle, I just don't think it's going to be a game changer. I think that's a lock again.
What do you think about the Charlotte Hornets basketball announcer doing the NFL game? Did you hear the
Yeah.
highlights of that?
I mean, it's like the same thing. My problem with like college football, every single play is like the greatest thing that ever happened.
Yeah.
So just chill out.
I think he's got to pick his spots a little bit more.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. It was something different.
I like when they do that, but yeah, I just
He
think
stood out for sure.
I think going into it, like that was the most interesting part of the game because it was like, oh, it's
That's
two
true.
really bad teams. So it's kind of like, why not?
It's true.
Why not go all out for it? Next one is in New Orleans. I'm taking the Patriots minus 3.5. I think that Bills win is going to be a turning point for them this season, and they're going to really take that and run with it. After that, they're on a win streak of 2 now. I think this is going to turn into 3. You look at the rest of their schedule. I think I forget who exactly they play. I know they play the Browns in there. I think the Titans are one of the teams in there. Like they can easily win 5 or 6 games in a row here.
Yeah, they can rattle them off
and have a streak where they look really, really good. Some people were even talking about the betting odds for them winning the division. I don't think they'll beat the Bills for it, but
Could
it's not
be close.
far fetched.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to be looking at around like that 9, 10, maybe even 11 wins on the season, which would put them in the hunt for the division towards the end. I want to see Travion Henderson get more involved, but other than that, I like what I'm seeing from the Patriots. Like you
what
said
the
earlier
hell
in the
was
show,
going on? Why are they not playing Travion Henderson when Ramondre Stevenson is fumbling the ball? And Antonio Gibson tore his ACL, so obviously he'll be out.
Oh, really?
But
I missed that.
yeah, on a kick return.
Really?
Poor
I
guy.
missed that
Love
part.
Gibby. Gotta love Gibby, but he's
He
going
was
for
looking
the
good
season
this
now.
year.
He has looked good. He had that kick return for a touchdown. He's been good overall just for them, like rotating in that backfield. But I don't understand why Henderson's not getting the touches that he deserves.
He'll get him.
A friend of mine who has Travion Henderson in fantasy drafted him with like the 3rd pick. He was like, you know that he had 0 fumbles through his like college career, or at least the last 2 years of his college career. He's like, why is he not in?
Yeah, because Ramondre has been a serious issue.
Yeah, he seriously has. The last one is the Rams minus 360 in Baltimore. That one worries me a little bit. You said to throw it in there because the Rams are looking good. I do think they are looking good. Puka's looking good. Stafford's still got it.
No doubt.
Rush, like we said, he looked really bad. Cooper Rush looked bad for the Ravens last week. But West Coast team coming to Baltimore against a good, just a good franchise. They always know how to get it on the right track. Yeah. I could see this kind of being a trap game.
But we aren't going to tell the folks that.
This is the one I'm worried about. I originally didn't have this on mine, but Dom convinced me of it.
If it's Cooper Rush, the Rams are locked. Rams need to keep it pushing. They know this is a must-win game, especially after losing to the 49ers last week. This division is going to be tight, so every win's going to matter. I mean, every team approaches it that way, but I do think the Rams are the better team overall. I like it.
Yeah, it is true. It is a bounce-back game. Honestly, when I'm looking at money lines and stuff like that, sometimes I'll be like, did they win last week or did they lose last week? If they lost, sometimes I'm more likely to take them because I think they're gonna know they need a bounce back.
Some say hungry dogs run fast.
Yes, I am that some. I say that. I love saying no. Not I'm one of the people that say it.
I'll tell you. Listen, let me say something real quick. I'm a hungry dog for the marshmallow Butterfinger. I've been to like 5 places, haven't been able to find it.
Oh my God, this has been a week-long search.
If anyone knows, please send it to the PO
You might
box.
have to go straight to the source and order it from Butterfinger.com.
Send it to the Behind Enemy Lines PO box, and I'll be sure to pick it up. Thank you.
That is our 4-leg Sunday parlay. $10 to win $57.31.
Come on now.
If you did bet the Eagles
TD
and you throw that in there, it's 71-28. Nothing huge, but I think these are solid parlays. Also, there's a 10% boost right now on DraftKings. I'm hitting that, baby. Hitting that all day.
Come on.
Hitting that all day. All right.
Payday.
I like these a lot. So
get paid.
Let us know if you're tailing. This is not financial advice. We have to say that, right? Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have an issue.
Yeah, I gotta say that.
So there's our parlay for this weekend, week 6 of the NFL season. Go get yourself some free money this week. Fingers crossed it actually is. It's not like last week where we said that.
Last week was a moonshot. This one's for real.
Yeah, this one's realistic.
This one's called payday. Last week was called lottery.
Yeah, last week was the generational wealth parlay.
Exactly.
This week's just rent.
This week is let's get that money back.
Yeah.
And a little extra.
Yeah, I like that. This is a bounce back week for sure.
100%.
Once again, not financial advice.
Never.
Never. Dom, I found a new person that I hate as a commentator. It's Jonathan Vilma. Watching the Browns and Vikings game, like he was just so bad.
He is pretty bad.
He was glazing the fuck out of Carson Wentz for making the most basic layered throw that I've ever seen to a wide open Jordan Addison. And he was like, oh my God, Carson Wentz just put that ball in there. I was like, yeah, there's no one within 10 yards of him, but all right. Denzel Ward came on in the post game and was like, yeah, it was a total blown coverage. It's my fault. Yeah, he was terrible.
Vilma's never been good. You said that he did like the Steelers game in Dublin a couple weeks ago.
I just assumed he did because I know he's there.
I have
he's
no
their
clue.
NFL Network guy.
I just don't listen to most of these guys anymore unless it's prime time. I'll turn the sound on Sunday, Monday night, Thursday night, but during the day I don't really have the sound on. Red Zone a little bit. Like if Scott Hanson's freaking out, then I know it's something for real.
Yeah.
But I try not to listen to a lot of these guys.
I was getting back into my broadcaster shit the other day. I was at my brother-in-law's house, and he was like, yeah, let's go outside. And like because he wanted to smoke a cigarette and drink a beer with me.
Of course.
Before overtime of the Rams game. And I'm watching the game. I'm like, come on, dude, come on. Like the game's about to start. Like whatever, overtime's about to start. And I'm watching the game through the window, and he was like, what's going on? And I was doing color commentary to him.
Probably did better than
play-by-play, and he was like, dude, you're really good at that. I was like, thanks, bro. I know. I wish. That's kind of my dream job.
Got to get on the high school circuit.
I'm trying to. If anyone out there is a radio producer for high school AM football games, let me know. Hit me up. I'll throw my number out there.
Traveling to Cleveland for it.
216-859-8699. Hit us up, and we'll just that's the Rebel hotline.
You're crazy,
but you'll get me through there somehow. This has been Behind Enemy Lines. Thank you guys so much for listening, and join us next week.
Wait. Card of the day.
Oh, Dom's got this pack of cards from
2015
Topps.
card. Oh, we saw that one earlier. Last one. Card of the day. Is it a keeper or is it a stinker? Mohamed Sanu.
Oh, the goat! The goat!
Let's go, man.
The goat! My
It was
king!
worth the wait.
My king,
Thank you for
Mohamed
listening.
Sanu. Thank
That's
you
a
guys.
keeper.
The preceding program was a sponsored production. The views, claims, and ideas expressed may not represent those of WSRR Radio.